Hey everybody, it's Siobhan here, the galloping housewife. I am once again on my yard commute. It is, as you can see by how low the sun is, quite late in the day. For me, yeah, it's a Sunday, but I had I spent the day trying to get on top of my admin. Well, actually, no, I spent yesterday doing a lot of admin and getting like my shit sorted. And actually, I didn't go out to the yard yesterday. It was an absolutely revolting day with sideways sleet, and also I had the house to myself, which was just unique and was amazing. So, yeah, so you would have seen I did post yesterday when I dropped my kid off at, I didn't post, I haven't posted any of these, I'm a bit behind with that, but I recorded a video after I dropped Clive off at school, at well, it is his school, at the rugby club for, yeah, and I was going to have the day alone. So I got on top of a whole lot of organisation and just sorting time management stuff that had gotten a long way behind. And then today I just had some work that I needed to create, and I'm really battling with technology at the moment. And technologies, I mean, I don't use that much. I mean, I'm not really technologically minded, but you know, I do bits and pieces, but yeah, my problem is that I'm reliant on one computer, and it's just not playing the game at the moment. And so today, when I went to do one particular thing, which was yeah, which is just a standard non-negotiable, it just refused to work. So another program refused to work. So yeah, I'm beginning to think that it's not actually software, it's actually hardware, which just means a new computer, really. But anyway, so I am on the way. I had to get that shit sorted, and we've got goats. So yeah, one of our things that we want to do is or have is to want to get our own wee block of land, and yeah, and I really like the idea of having sort of a good life set up with livestock and bits and pieces around. I have this vision, because we're in Scotland, of having some Highland coos and yeah, absolutely, and chickens for eggs and things like that. But most of the livestock that I want to have around is purely for they serve no purpose apart from they're kind of cute and they're nice to have around. So, and goats are definitely part of that. So yeah, so we went and picked up two not quite baby, they're about 3 months old, pygmy goats this morning, today, and so they are ridiculous time wasters, already proving to be ridiculous time wasters. Unfortunately, it's not the best time of year really for them to be around, because you know, it is middle of winter, so they are going to have a little bit of a restricted life for a little while. And plus we've got a lot of foxes, and through winter they're hungry, so we'll have to be careful to take care of them. But anyway, so that was my day, and that is why it is quite late, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do when I get out to the yard. I, you know, obviously planned on riding Percy, but it's getting a little bit late, so I may just go out and pat some noses and then head home again. Tomorrow I've got to take Mitch over to the hospital. But yeah, I was actually, one of the reasons that I am also late today is that I had a late start. I have talked a bit before about struggling with my sleep, and last night was again not a good night. I was trying to, and last time I talked to you was about getting into some routines and some patterns around sleeping and you know, what they call good sleep hygiene and those sorts of things, but which I have been average at, shall we say. But actually today I just was thinking about you know, the reasons that sleep is so important, and one of the things that I putting out to my group is about our subconscious mind and how it works. And I just wanted to make sure that all of you were aware just how important that sleep is for memory formation. Amongst, I mean, there's so many things that sleep is important for. And actually, if you're at all interested, yeah, I mean, it's mentally, psychologically, physically, you know, the impact is huge. But if you want to investigate that, I really recommend you look at a book. I think it's Matthew Walker, called Why We Sleep. Yeah, if you can't find it from that, then just put a comment in below this video and I will track it down for you, because I've got several copies of it, and I will let you know. But anyway, one of the things that I just wanted to talk about was the sleep and its impact on memory formation, and you know, about the fact that we have a certain amount that we keep in the forefront of our mind. There's only a certain amount that we have that we can draw on at any point in time, and if we overcrowd that, stuff gets dropped off. And it's why our brains, it's why we will forget things if we go from room to room. So you will, especially middle-aged women, if you will have had the experience of getting up from wherever you are, walking to another part of the house to do what you need to do, and to or to get what you need to get, and you get to that room or that space and you can't for the life of you remember what it is that you need. You go back to the original space and you think, oh, that's exactly what I needed, and then you'll use a trick to keep it in the forefront of your mind while you walk back. Hopefully, sometimes you do it multiple times, but you'll keep it in the forefront of your mind while you go and get that, because our brains are designed to let that stuff go. Our brains are designed, so it's not that you forget it, but it's just that it's not accessible for you. And for something to be accessible for you, it needs to actually get out of your short-term memory and into your long-term memory. And that happens in the second part of your sleep cycles. So the REM sleep that we do in the early hours of the morning. And so what that happens is like a computer catalog. It picks up an experience that you've had that day, or a thought that you've had that day, and you know, the little gremlins in your brain take a look at it and say, is this something that we need to file? And they will catalog it. They essentially, your brain has its own Dewey system, and it will catalog it. So the Dewey system will be related to, again, to experiences or to situations or to or environments or whatever it is, and it'll be why you will smell a particular smell and it'll take you back to a moment in your childhood, or you'll go to a particular place and you will immediately you know, you'll immediately remember being there the last time with someone, or you know, I can't listen to Violent Femmes without thinking about camping in just out the back of Tokoroa with a scout group, and it's not, you know, I mean, like, and that's a particularly useless memory. I'll have to say that's a particularly useless memory, but it's just an indication of how these things aren't, your memory isn't tied into, you don't forget anything. It's just the way that it's catalogued is either accessible or it's not, and so it's about making sure that if you've got something that you particularly want to remember, that you need to remember, that you tie it to something, to a cue that you can pick that will be useful, and that you can use to drag it out again, and utilize that. All right, there's a whole bunch of other stuff about how, you know, this sort of ties into our intuition and those gut feelings that we have, but I've gone on for long enough already, and yeah, just yeah, a little tip and trick if you're, you know, if you're in a situation, if you think that you're forgetful, or that you need to be remembering, maybe you're studying something at the moment, or you've got a lot going on and you need to also remember to pick the kids up from school, you know, whatever it is, to tie those, to think about tying those to a certain time or a place, or just a certain cue, and you know, hopefully that will bring them back to the forefront of your mind. And also get enough sleep so that you can, your brain can actually form these links. Okay, that's it. I will yeah, see you tomorrow. I'll be in the car all bloody day, so hopefully I will get a chance to talk to you at some stage. Bye now.